If you're a longtime fan of the channel, then you remember a segment I started in the year 2015 called 5-Year Plans. And this was a pretty popular segment I did when I made predictions about some of my favorite amusement parks across America and what attractions they would be adding within the next 5 years. So that would have been from the years 2016 to 2020. And I did end up doing some where I continued from like 2017 to 2021. But because now it is the year 2020, we know what the past 5 years have been for those parks. A suggestion was made from a fan. Why don't you take a look back at those videos and see how accurate you were? How many of these did I get right? And I thought that was a great idea. So we're turning this into a bit of a competition. I have taken a dozen 5-year plans that I did, and you can still find all of these on the channel, so I didn't fake any of this stuff. Go back and watch these. And so what I'm doing is we're going to look at the 5 years. We're going to look at what I predicted. I'm going to give 1 point if the attraction I predicted happened at all in the 5-year span, but I'm going to give 2 points if the attraction happened in the year I predicted. So that means there is a maximum of 10 points possible per video. And so because I'm doing 12 different videos, that'd be a total of 120 points possible. Now, I mean, this is pretty hard to predict a park's 5-year span. I mean, so much happens within this time frame that it's like, okay, you know, to get all 10 points per video is pretty impossible. So I think it's a pretty good score if you get 5 out of 10. That means you got like 50% accurate in the 5-year plan, which I think is still like crazy. So we're gonna kick things off here and find out which parks I did the best with my predictions. So I want to start things off with Cedar Point. So in 2016, I predicted a B&M dive coaster, and so that would be 2 points. And you know, before I get any further, I have to preface that because I made these in 2015, rumors were already circulating about what some of these parks would be adding in 2016. So in a way, 2016 is a bit of a throwaway year because, you know, we already have ideas. It really starts getting tough once you get into the later years. So I get 2 points there. 2017, I predicted a Triotech Dark Ride. Remember, that was the time when I believe the Cedar Fair CEO had said they were going to add a Triotech Dark Ride at every Cedar Fair park. Of course, that didn't end up happening. So that one was wrong. 2018, I said thrill and family rides, particularly an air race and like a general update. That didn't happen. That was when we got Steel Vengeance. 2019, Soak City expansion. We actually got that in 2017, so that's 1 point. And then 2020, I said RMC Mean Streak, which we got in 2018, so that's just 1 point because it did happen within the 5 years. So there's Cedar Point, I got a 4 out of 10. Not bad. Let's move on to Six Flags Great America. So 2016, I said they'd add a Justice League Dark Ride. That's plus 2 points. That happened in 2016. 2017, Larson Superloop. That actually happened in 2018, so that would be plus 1 point. 2018, I said a Premier Launch Coaster. Now, they ended up getting an SNS Launch Coaster. But if you watch the video, I mean, the type of ride I describe is not that far off from what they got. So I'm going to give myself half a point there because I got the manufacturer wrong, but I got launch coaster and the type of ride right. So I think that's pretty cool, but I did not get the year right. Max Force was 2019. So, but then I said Hurricane Harbor expansion for 2019. That actually is coming in 2020 this year with a water coaster. So I'll give myself a point there. And then 2020 family ride expansion, that did not happen. So Six Flags Great America, 4.5 out of 10. Dollywood is up next, and in 2016, I said that they'd get a steel launch coaster like Helix at Liseberg. Of course, that didn't end up happening. It ended up being Lightning Rod, but I got the location and the year right, just not the type of ride, so I'm going to give myself 1 point there. 2017, family rides. I said flying scooters and just a variety of family attractions. That actually came when we got Wildwood Grove in 2019, so that'll be plus 1 point. 2018 Drop Tower, we did end up getting Dropline that in, let's see, that'd be 2017, so I was 1 year off on that, so that's only 1 point. And then 2019 I said new shows, and in 2018 was the season of Showstoppers, so I was just off a year. But if I had just shifted those up a little, I would have almost completely nailed Dollywood's 5-year plan, which would be insane. What did I miss? They ended up adding Whistlepunk Chaser and Tailspin Racer, and Sideshow Spin was removed, as well as River Battle. Didn't get any of those right. And as well as like Wildwood Grove, you know, an entire themed area. So Dollywood, that would be only 4 out of 10. Still, I think, pretty dang good. Let's move on to King's Dominion. This was the first 5-year plan I made, and they got better. So 2016, I predicted a B&M invert to replace Hurler. They did end up replacing Hurler, but it wasn't with the B&M invert, so I'm not going to give myself any points there. 2017, I said Triotech Dark Ride. That didn't happen. 2018, I said bring back the Sky Ride. Yeah, only in your dreams, Taylor from the past. Yikes. Let's see. Then I said 2019 GCI Wooden Coaster, and then 2020 SNS Scream and Swing. The funny thing is, those things that I predicted for King's Dominion ended up happening at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. They got a GCI Wooden Coaster and an SNS Scream and Swing. So I should have done that for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So I get 0 points for King's Dominion. I got nothing right. Busch Gardens Williamsburg, 2016, I said family rides like flying scooters. That was when they ended up adding Marco Polo's Marketplace, so that'd be wrong. 2017, a Starflyer in Ireland. They still don't have a Starflyer. I still think that'd be a great fit there. 2018, a slide for Water Country. We did end up getting cut back water coaster, but that was a year off in 2019. 2019, I said a new land back behind Verbolten. No. And then in 2020, I said a new GCI Wooden roller coaster or B&M Flyer in Festa Field. So they did end up getting a GCI Wooden coaster, but it was in 2017 with Invader. So I'll give myself 1 point there because they did end up doing a GCI. So and then I completely missed Pantheon. So that would be 2 out of 10 for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So at least I did better than King's Dominion. Next up would be Hershey Park. So in 2016, I said a Falcon's Fury-like drop tower. They ended up getting Hershey Triple Towers, so it's not like Falcon's Fury, but it was a drop tower, so I'll give myself half a point there. I got the type of drop tower wrong, but did say drop tower. I also said flying scooters, RMC Wildcat. That still hasn't happened. Please, Hershey Park, please. That'd be so good there. 2019 Skyscreamer. Didn't happen. And then 2020, a Boardwalk expansion. So they did that in 2018 with Breaker's Edge Water Coaster in the Boardwalk area. So I'll give myself 1 point there. So that'd be 1.5 out of 10 for Hershey Park. Let's move on to Great Adventure. So 2016, I said a wooden coaster. That didn't happen. 2017, Justice League Dark Ride. I got that right and the year correct. So that's plus 2 points. That's sweet. 2018 Hurricane Harbor expansion. Don't think they've expanded Hurricane Harbor in the past 5 years. 2019, I said B&M Wing Coaster or an SNS 4D free spin. They did end up getting a free spin, so that'll be plus 1 point. And then 2020, a Huss Frisbee. They got a Zamperla Frisbee. So I'll give myself a point there. Close enough. So that would be 4 out of 10. Things I missed Cyborg, Cyberspin, and Jersey Devil. But to be fair, I don't think Raptors had been announced in 2015 when I made this, so how was I supposed to predict that? So let's talk about Kings Island. So 2016 Triotech Dark Ride. Again, with the Triotech Dark Rides, I was really banking that the CEO would follow through with his statement about that, but nope, didn't happen. SNS Scream Swing, nope. 2018 GCI Wooden Roller Coaster in Rivertown. I was a year off. That came in 2017. I got the location a little bit off. I had it between Beast and Diamondback and ended up being on the other side of Diamondback, closer to Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. So, but it was in Rivertown, and I did say GCI Wooden Roller Coaster, so I'll give myself 1 point there. This one blows my mind. 2019, I predicted that Kings Island would add antique cars. How did I do that? That's plus 2 points. That's crazy. I predicted that they would add antique cars in 2019. I also said a Ferris wheel. That didn't happen. But, I mean, come on. What? That's crazy. 2020 Soak City expansion. They end up doing that in 2016. So that would be 1 point. So, and then if I just predicted a Giga Coaster, oh my gosh, that would have been perfect. But Kings Island, that'd be 4 out of 10. Here's Michigan's Adventure. I was way too optimistic with this. I had such a great 5-year plan for this park, and none of it happened. They didn't do anything in the past 5 years except for Makeover Camp Snoopy, which I predicted in 2018. I actually said that they would turn Plant Snoopy into Camp Snoopy. I just got the year wrong, so that's only 1 point, and that's the only thing I got right. I also predicted a Drop Tower and a Chance Hyper GTX, and Cedar Fair doesn't care about this park, so nothing happened. So Michigan Adventure, only 1 out of 10. Let's talk about Busch Gardens Tampa. So in 2016, I predicted a mock ride spinning coaster. That was rumored at the time. That did happen, but plus 2 points. 2017 new show. 2018 RMC Quasi. I was 2 years off. I believe they started work on RMC Quasi in 2018, but it didn't open until 2020. So only plus 1 point there. 2019 Slide in Adventure Island. That's coming this year in 2020. And then I also predicted a Starflyer, which has not happened. So that'd be 4 out of 10 for Busch Gardens Tampa. Carowinds is up next. I predicted a water park expansion. That's plus 1 point. That came... no, sorry, that would be plus 2 points. Because the water park expansion, I got the year right. That came in 2016 with Carolina Harbor. So that's sweet. I got that right. 2017 Floorless Vortex. Still hasn't happened. So that's a shame. 2018 Triotech Dark Ride. No. And Family Ride expansion in 2019. I was a little off on that. That came in 2017 with all the classic rides that they added in the county fair section. So that's cool. So that'll be plus 1 point. And then in 2020, I said a B&M launched wing coaster. They added a launch coaster, but it wasn't a B&M and it wasn't a wing coaster. I mean, I got the launch right. I don't know if that counts. I mean, I'll give myself half a point. How about that? I mean, it might be a bit of a stretch, so, but that'd be 3.5 out of 10. So decent. Six Flags Magic Mountain is our second to last. No, Six Flags Magic Mountain is our last one. So 2016, I predicted a family ride package. That has not happened. 2017, Restoration of the Revolution. That came a year earlier. That came in 2016. So I'll do 1 point there. 2018, Justice League Dark Ride. That came, again, a year earlier. If I just bumped everything up, I would have been sweet. But no, only 1 point there. 2019, I said Gerstlauer Eurofighter. Didn't happen. That would be a cool fit there, though. 2020, a Frisbee or Topspin. But Frisbee, we got Crazanity. So, yeah, plus 1 point there. So I completely missed West Coast Racers, as well as the closure of Green Lantern. So that'd be 3 out of 10 for Magic Mountain. So which park did I do the best on? That would be Six Flags Great America. So that's pretty cool. Runners up include Busch Gardens Tampa, Kings Island, Cedar Point, and Dollywood. What came in last? My home park of Kings Dominion. I didn't do so well there, but also Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Michigan's Adventure. I didn't do so well there either. In a lot of these instances, I feel like my 5-year plans were a lot better than what ended up actually happening. Like, I mean, Kings Dominion, in the past 5 years, I mean, we removed Volcano. Like, it's pretty sad. So, I don't know. I think my 5-year plan might be a little better, but to be fair, we did get an RMC. But a lot of these parks, I mean, their 5-year plans ended up being way better than what I predicted, but some of these places, I think I was a little optimistic, but I don't know. I think that's pretty fun. I think it's cool to look back and see how I did with some of these, and you know, see what I thought back then was going to happen, but then seeing what actually happened. You know, we got some pretty cool stuff the past 5 years, that's for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.